I think of designers that have placed the structure and composition of garments in the forefront of their design visions, Madeleine Vianney or Madame Gray. But the one designer who stands out, a man who was experimental and innovative, determined to have every garment he produced be deemed as a piece of art, with an impeccably tailored silhouette fitting his couture clients perfectly. His name was Charles James, a British couturier who worked in both America and Britain. Cristóbal Balenciaga praised him as the only one in the world who has raised dressmaking from an applied art to pure art. Christian Dior called him the greatest talent of my generation, and the basis for Dior's revolutionary new look. He's the new subject of the Metropolitan Museum's annual fashion exhibition, and his work is meant to inspire the celebrities. But who exactly is Charles James? To the fashion specialist, everyone knows him, but to the audience at large, he is one of those names that, because he doesn't have a surviving label or brand, is forgotten, says Harold Coder, curator in charge at the Costume Institute. James is often cited as America's first and greatest couturier, though he was actually British and was born in 1906. In the 1920s, the openly gay designer moved to Chicago to escape the wrath of his homophobic father, beginning his career as a milliner to society ladies of the Windy City. As he once told a friend, he took to fashion out of a compulsion to be involved in a business, of which my father disapproved. As he leapt from hat making to dresses, he was championed by Diana Vreeland and dressed the crème de la crème of American high society, including Hollywood stars like Marlene Dietrich. Even other designers came running. Elsa Schiaparelli and Coco Chanel put in orders for his creations. Coco didn't have to pay, but Elsa did. But James wasn't just a dressmaker to the stars, he saw himself as an artist and a sculptor. His masterpieces were often unfathomably complex. His most iconic dress, the Clover Leaf ball gown, weighed 10 pounds and used 30 pattern pieces alone. It also looks, when viewed from above, exactly like a 4-leaf clover. A master manipulator, James was also combining textiles and distressing materials long before it became trendy. He mixed velvet, satin, taffeta and tulle, and was a master of cut and cloth. If not for his technical wizardry, his dresses would have been unwearable, but society ladies glided across the dance floor with ease. His persistence and dedication were the stuff made of legends. He sometimes locked his staff into the studio overnight if he thought they weren't working hard enough. But it wasn't just old-fashioned ball gowns and frocks. James was also an inventive visionary. His inventions included a down-filled puffer jacket, which Dali applauded as a soft sculpture, and an early version of the sports bra. He beat Diane von Furstenberg to the wrap dress by about 4 decades. The taxi dress, held together with a few hooks, was envisioned to be so simple a woman could slip it on in the back of a cab. His talent was tempered by a foul temper and a mean streak. James once dismissed a prospective customer with the words, "I couldn't possibly make anything for a frump like you." Legendary photographer Cecil Beaton attended Harrow with James, and wrote in his diary, "His talent was marvelous, his wit bitter. No one could cope with his temperament for long. Not many could cope with his prices either. He charged astronomical prices that shocked even the most well-heeled socialite, and once spent $20,000 on perfecting the fit of a sleeve. His eye for detail was unfortunately not extended to his finances. In the 50s, the business sank under the weight of its debts. Not even an unexpected marriage to Nancy Lee Gregory, a rich Kansas divorcee, provided enough money to stave off the creditors. As for the marriage, the ever sharp-tongued James commented, "All of society is double-gated." By 1964, James was divorced, financially ruined and living out of a room in the Chelsea Hotel, surviving off commissions from a few loyal clients. He'd alienated his old friends and champions by picking fights and engaging in spats, including Cecil Beaton and Diana Vreeland. But, ever the social butterfly, he could still be found hanging out with Andy Warhol and chilling at Studio 54, where he once appeared in a giant sombrero. He was also planning to write a book about his experiences beyond fashion. The name of the Met exhibition takes its name from the intended name for his memoirs. He passed away of pneumonia and heart disease on the 23rd of September 1978, with 6 months of rent due, but in true Charles James style, he died keenly aware of his genius. When ambulance medics arrived the day before to check on James, he told them, "It may not mean anything to you, but I am popularly regarded as the greatest couturier in the Western world." So, Charles James was a pioneering fashion designer, whose work has left a lasting impact on the fashion industry. Known for his sculptural, architectural approach to design, James created some of the most intricate and innovative garments of the 20th century. Here are the key aspects of Charles James's legacy. 1. Innovative techniques. James was known for his complex construction techniques, often likened to engineering. He was a master of tailoring and drapery, and his garments were meticulously crafted with a focus on structure and form. He created iconic pieces like the Clover Leaf dress and the butterfly gown, which showcased his unique ability to blend art and fashion. Two. Influence on haute couture. His work was groundbreaking in the way he combined traditional couture techniques with modernist aesthetics. He often used unusual fabric combinations, and was meticulous about the fit and silhouette of his garments. James's approach to fashion influenced later designers, including Cristóbal Balenciaga, Christian Dior, and John Galliano. 3. Artistic vision. Beyond being a designer, James considered himself an artist. His garments are often seen as works of art, and many are preserved in museum collections, including the Metropolitan Museum of Art. He was not commercially successful during his lifetime, but his influence on fashion as an art form is undeniable. Four. Pioneering contributions to fashion design. James is often credited with introducing innovative concepts like the wrap-over trouser and the spiral-cut seam, which are now commonplace in fashion design. His attention to the mathematical and sculptural aspects of garment construction set him apart from his contemporaries. 5. Recognition and preservation. Despite his relatively small output and financial struggles, Charles James's work has been celebrated in numerous retrospectives and exhibitions, most notably the 2014 exhibition at the Met, titled Charles James, Beyond Fashion. Charles James's legacy is defined by his unique approach to design, blending artistic vision with technical precision, and his work continues to be studied and admired for its innovative contributions to fashion and art.